Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Oracle spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. Okay. So we have the North Node, and that's actually in Gemini. It's going to be moving into Taurus eventually, but it's still in Gemini for the time being, and that's actually your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. All right, we have Scorpio, and there's going to be tons of energy there. That's your 4th house. We're going to have the Sun there for the first few weeks of November. Mars will be there all month, and Mercury's going to be there most of the month too. And we have 12. So 12th house for you guys, that's Cancer. Nothing really going on there, astrologically speaking, but could just be saying you might have a lot going on in the subconscious this month. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. All right, in the main situation position, we have 6 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy. So seeing these two things here could just be saying in almost any area of life, this looks like you're moving toward a more stable, peaceful environment. Now that could be in your work sector for some of you, and it could also be in your relationships possibly, since Aquarius energy does represent your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So definitely looks like a movement toward more stability and comfort for sure. All right, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So in the upright, this is usually a pretty normal, beneficial energy. But for this to come up in the challenge position, could be pointing to a couple of different things there too. Could just be saying that you might have had too heavy of a focus on finances in the past, and that might have been leading to the detriment of your relationships, whether it be a romantic relationship or even friendships. But for others of you, could just be saying that you might have felt like you were stuck at this point for a while, and now you're feeling like you're a bit more re-energized and refocused. You might have actually taken some time away to get out in nature. That might have actually helped some ideas flow to you guys since we see that bird there. So it could just be one of those things where you're evaluating where your next step should be, and now you're feeling more comfortable in doing so. And since that is in a challenge position, I would say if you are still feeling stuck, that might be why that's coming up as a challenge, which is to say you might need to take a little bit of time away to help reset your mind. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 3 of Pentacles, so more Capricorn energy here. Represents an energy of collaboration, building something long-standing that you'll actually be pleased with as well. So again, since this is Capricorn energy, it could totally be in your work environment, which is a good thing. But again, it might also be in your relationships in general, where now you feel like, all right, you're finally on the same page with people. So looks like a pretty positive thing, especially to have in the foundation. In the past position, we have the Tower. So quite the opposite of what we were just talking about with that 3 of Pentacles energy, right? So you might have already gone through a bit of a destroy phase, and now you're starting to rebuild phase, which is a good thing. But yeah, looks like obviously something could have abruptly come to an end in the past in your lives. Could have been around anything. At the time recording this, we're just about under that Aries full moon energy, which is in your 9th house. So maybe you guys started to see things from a different perspective. You know, maybe you had some perceptions that might have been shattered around that time, but it doesn't even necessarily have to point to that directly. We also had the Mercury retrograde energy we've been dealing with, which is in your 3rd house communication, so could have been a lot of confusion around there as well, but that's what I'm seeing. All right, in the present position, we have the 7 of Cups, so Scorpio energy here, which we did see come up in your dice as well. So for some of you, this could be quite literally moving as far as what we saw there with the 6 of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles, where, like I was saying, it looks like you're moving toward a more stable energy. So it could just be your environment itself that's changing. Maybe you guys decided that you needed to get out of the environment you were currently in, and now it's just a matter of you deciding on where you want to go. And again, like I was saying, we're still dealing with the Mercury retrograde / shadow period right now. So, and that'll end around the end of the first week of November. So So once that's all clear, you might feel like you're definitely able to see things more clearly. Communication is going to flow more clearly. But this does tell me that you might not be in that Three of Pentacles energy just yet. This will be where you end up soon. So I feel like there's still probably a little bit of confusion you guys are feeling, but it should be clearing up for sure. And the near future position, we have the Four of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. Definitely looks like it's more supportive of the energy we were talking about, the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, a much more stable energy for sure. So yeah, like I said, it looks like you guys definitely went through an ending recently, and now you're in the rebuild phase. Possibly because you're able to see things now from a higher perspective, since, like we mentioned, for you guys, Aries energy is your ninth house. So definitely pretty positive energy there. If this was more of a one-to-one connection where you and another person weren't necessarily seeing things and being on the same page with each other, looks like you guys are going to be getting back on that path. All right. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Magician and we have the Two of Swords. So this is Libra energy here, which we mentioned that's your third house communication. And we have the Magician. So could just be saying that these things are available to you, but what could be holding it back is you might not communicate that that's what you're actually looking for, right? Maybe even to yourselves, right? Maybe you even haven't admitted to yourselves that this is the kind of path that you want to be on. So, for example, with that Nine of Pentacles, maybe you've very much been a very independent person. So, whether it be asking for help, right, or telling someone you want to be in a relationship with them, whatever the case may be, that might have been something that you guys have struggled with for a while. And now you might feel like that perception is starting to shift for you a little bit. And it could just be saying that, there could still be that hesitancy to express that, right? With her back turned to the water and the moon, which could represent emotions. So it could just be saying that that's a bit of a struggle for you guys, but you do have those tools at your disposal, and you could definitely make it happen. Now, for a smaller percentage view, what this could be saying is on the surface, you could present yourselves like you have it all together, but underneath it all, you still have your doubts, right? So kind of like that Seven of Cups energy there. So I could see that playing out either way, but for the majority of you, I feel like it was more the first thing. All right. In the environment position, we have the Justice card. So this is the major arcana card for Libra. So again, we're talking about that theme of communication. And quite frankly, given that the North Node is in Gemini, which is the traditional sign and ruler of communication, makes sense that we saw that come up in your dice as well. But this could just be saying that for a lot of you, either you have support in your environment, right? So, like I said, maybe if there was a bit more of an adversarial type of energy in the past, it looks like there's definitely an energy of collaboration coming along. That Six of Swords representing more peaceful energy, Three of Pentacles in foundation, Four of Wands in the near future. So it could just be as simple as that. Maybe if you felt a lot of resistance in your environment recently, now you actually might find that the environment's much more supportive for you. Like I said, maybe because some of you quite literally decided to move, right? Maybe you came to a realization that where you were was a bit toxic, right? And you might have contributed to that in your own way as well, which you might have realized that the best thing for you to do would be to hit that reset button, move somewhere else, and just start fresh. See what else comes to mind with this. And this could just be saying, again, if you haven't necessarily spoken to someone about what your wishes were around the situation, this could just be saying that this energy is there and they're receptive and they're willing to meet you halfway, right? So could be one of those things too, like a Libra energy sometimes could be in more of a receptive mode as opposed to the initiators. But if you were to come to them and tell them, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what my plans are, I feel like you would be met in a positive manner. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Eight of Cups, which is Pisces energy, and Strength, which is actually the major arcana card for you guys. So it could just be saying that there might have been a part of you that's been fearful of leaving the environment behind, right? So it happens, right? Even if you know in some ways the environment might be a bit toxic for you, you could just have that comfort and familiarity with it all the same, right? And of course, maybe it's not everything about the environment is bad, just certain things. So there might have been some hesitancy to leave some things behind, right? Maybe some friendships you've formed over the years, whatever the case may be. But it looks like it's saying that that's probably most likely a bit of a fear of yours to actually leave it behind and possibly second guessing yourselves that that would be the right thing. Um, and I will say for a smaller percentage, you might be saying that this is a hope of yours. You're hoping that you are able to leave it behind and not let your ego kick in and tell you, no, you should keep digging in the same spot, right? So I could see that going either way. All right, and in the outcome position, quite a few cards came up. We have the Page of Swords, the Sun, the Chariot, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So this is actually Leo energy here too. So good to see that, and this is a bit of a victory type of energy. The Chariot card is another card that tends to point to a bit of a victory. But I feel like this is saying whatever this is around, communication is going to be the key for you guys this month. Now, the good thing is, like I said, Mercury's still going to be in your house communication for a little bit in the beginning of November, but it's finally going to clear its shadow. So that's a good thing. So if there was some miscommunications during the retrograde that made all of this take place, it looks like this is saying that this would be a good time for you guys to actually communicate what's on your mind. With the Sun card there, looks like he's saying you will be received well in a positive manner, whatever it is that you are going to be communicating. It's going to help move things forward with that Chariot energy. And this could just be something that you've had in the idea stage too, because Cancer is your 12th house, and we did see 12 come up in your dice too. So it could just be saying that this might have been an idea you've had for quite some time, but for whatever reason you didn't necessarily feel like it was the right time to speak on it. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's saying that would actually, once that's put out there, the work would actually begin. It could definitely lead to some growth. And with that Six of Wands, we see a bit of, like I said, a victory energy, and this is a Leo card. So definitely a pretty positive way to end out the reading, rather. And bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, there's that Cancer energy again, 12th house energy. And we see that cup closed off. So this could just be saying that this is something that you've been working on and moving toward for a long time now, but you've been right on the edge, right? She's right on the edge of that water. So right on the edge of expressing what was on your mind, expressing what you've been working on. Could be something creative. And right beneath that, we see the Ace of Cups, which to me, if you think about it, looks like that once that cup is open, right, we see that it's overflowing. So looks like it just might be the right time for you guys to make those moves this month, but we'll see what the Oracle card adds to the mix. All right, we have Breathe. There's the artwork, and the number is 29. All right, it says patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So pretty positive message there. Makes me think back to that Six of Swords energy we saw, and also the Queen of Pentacles energy is very steady energy as well, so hope it resonated with you. All right, the relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. So pretty positive message there. And like I said, with that justice energy in the environment, it looks like whatever you do come out and express, you would be met in a positive manner. And this person, I feel like they would meet you halfway. So that's definitely pretty positive too. So if you just had some anxiety around expressing what you are feeling, hopefully that resonated with you. All right. The prosperity message says you have worked long and hard, your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one moving languidly, yet still progressing right now in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins the race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. All right, again, another pretty positive message there too. So it could just be about pacing yourselves in that regard too, with that Six of, like I said, the Six of Swords and Queen of Pentacles are both very steady energies, stable energies. So hopefully that resonated with you as well. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So This is the mudra you got this month. It's the Nirvana mudra, and the keyword for it is awakening. All right, there's a lot of info on this card, so what I'll do is I'll hold it up here for a second if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, and then we'll try to get the rest in the frame. All right, there we go. But under benefits, it says weakens ego grasping, reduces selfish desire for personal gain from spiritual practice, awakens the heart of compassion, serves as a ritual gesture to conclude any practice, as well as simply as a simple way to dedicate the merit. All right, so if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put the name of it in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.